Hello students, today we will continue with chapter number 3b of economics, that is elasticity of demand. We will study the different methods of measuring elasticity. The first method is ratio and percentage method. Now ratio and percentage method is developed by Professor Alfred Marshall. According to this method, elasticity of demand is measured with the help of a formula, and the formula is the same formula which we have used to calculate the price elasticity of demand. That is, elasticity of demand is measured by dividing the percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in price. Okay, so if you look into the formula, ED is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Symbolically, it will be ED is equal to percentage delta Q divided by percentage delta P. Mathematically, if you see, ED is equal to delta Q divided by Q divided by delta P divided by P. Further simplification, that is, therefore ED is equal to delta Q divided by Q multiplied by P divided by delta P. Okay, now let us solve one example which have been given over here. Now in the example which have been given, you can see that the price of the commodity is 20. The original price is 20 and quantity demanded is 10. Now there is an increase in the price has increased to 25. Okay, now when the price has increased to 25, the quantity demanded is decreased to 9. Okay, the quantity demanded has decreased to 9. So it means what? When the price has increased, the quantity demanded have decreased. Now what is the original price? The original price is 25. What is the new price? The new price is, sorry, what is the original price? The original price is 20 and the new price is 25. Okay, now if you want to find out delta P stands for change in price. Okay, so if you want to find out delta P, you will have to find out the difference between the new price and the original price. So that will be 20 minus 25, which you will get minus 5. So minus signs you don't have to take into consideration. So the answer will be 5. Now the original quantity demanded is 10 and the new demand is 9. Okay, so if you want to find out delta Q, how will you find out? You will be finding the difference between the original price and the new price. So 10 minus 9, it will come to 1. Okay, so delta Q is equal to 1. Now this point, these things you will be putting into the formula and you can find. Okay, so ED is equal to delta Q divided by Q multiplied by P divided by delta P. Now what is delta Q? Delta Q stands for change in quantity demanded, which you have calculated over here. Delta Q is equal to 1. Okay, now Q stands for quantity demanded. This is the original quantity demanded. So how much is the original quantity demanded? The original quantity demanded is 10. So you are writing 10 over here. Multiplication sign multiplied by P. What is P? P is the original price. What is the original price? 20. So 20 divided by delta P. Delta P we have already found out, delta P is equal to 5. So divided by 5. So ED is equal to 0 0.4. 0 0.4 is less than 1. So ED is less than 1. Okay, it means elasticity of demand is relatively inelastic in this example. Okay, so over here in this example, we have found out what the elasticity of demand is. Okay, now the next one is, next method of measuring elasticity of demand is total expenditure method, which is also called as total outlay method. Now in your textbook, there are few mistakes, so I am teaching from the old textbook, that is last year's textbook, whatever was there. I am teaching from the same textbook. Okay, so let us see the total expenditure method. This method is also developed by Dr. Alfred Marshall. This method is also known as total outlay method. Okay, now in this method we will be calculating the elasticity of demand from the expenditure which the individual is doing. ओके, म्हणजे तुम्ही खर्च किती करताय त्याच्यावरून तुम्ही त्याच्यावरून आपण इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड कॅल्क्युलेट करणार आहोत. सो वेन टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर ॲट ओरिजिनल प्राईस अँड टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर ॲट न्यू प्राईस. ओके, ओरिजिनल प्राईस जसं मागच्या एक्झाम्पलमध्ये ओरिजिनल प्राईस आणि न्यू प्राईस होतं, तसं ह्या एक्झाम्पल्समध्ये पण तुम्हाला दिसेल की ओरिजिनल प्राईसमध्ये किती एक्सपेंडिचर करतायत आणि न्यू प्राईसमध्ये तुम्ही किती एक्सपेंडिचर करतायत, ते दोन्हीही एक्सपेंडिचर कंपेअर करणार आहेत आणि इलास्टिसिटी फाइंड आउट करायचं आहे. इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड यू विल बी calculating. Okay, so let us see few points which have been given over here. The first point, you can write it as a first point or point A. Okay, point A, where price falls or rises, total expenditure does not change or remain constant, demand is unitary elastic. Okay, so what is happening to the price when the price falls or rises? Price वाढू द्या किंवा प्राइस कमी होऊ द्या, एक्सपेंडिचर काय राहतोय? एक्सपेंडिचर इज रिमेनिंग कॉन्स्टंट. ओके, एक्सपेंडिचर जेव्हा कॉन्स्टंट राहतं, then that type of elasticity is unitary elastic demand. Okay, now let us come to the example which have been given over here. This is the case of unitary elastic demand. Okay, that is A point. Okay, now what is the original price? The original price is 10. Now what is the demand? The demand is 12. Okay, we have to study, we have to study the what happens when the price change to the expenditure. Expenditure ला काय होतोय आपल्याला ते लक्षात घ्यायचं आहे. So we will be taking into consideration these two columns, price and outlay and not demand. Okay, demand indirectly येतोच आहे, but you have to consider these two columns. Now what has been given over here? Price fall or rise, total expenditure remains constant, demand is unitary elastic. So when the original price is 10, okay, how much is the expenditure? 120. How did you calculate? You calculated with the formula, which is total expenditure is equal to price multiplied by quantity demanded. When you multiply these two, you get this. Okay, total outlay is equal to price multiplied by quantity demanded. This formula you can get in your textbook also. Okay, yes. So you got the outlay, 10 multiplied by 12, it came to 120. Now when there is a fall in the price, okay, there has been a fall in the price, what has happened to the quantity demanded? The quantity demanded has increased. Okay, there is an increase in the quantity demanded. Now what is happening to the expenditure? The expenditure is remaining constant, 120. Okay, so let there be a fall or rise in the price when the expenditure remains constant. That type of elasticity is called as unitary elastic demand. Okay, so you have to compare the price and expenditure, total expenditure, whether there is a fall or rise in the price, expenditure remains constant. I am using this sign, I have told you before also, I am using this sign to indicate the expenditure, to indicate the constant sign. Okay, so in this example, price fall, what is happening? The expenditure is constant. Okay, so that type of elasticity is called as unitary elastic demand. Now coming to the second point, B. Okay, coming to the B point, when price falls, total expenditure increases, or price rises, total expenditure decreases. Means price falls, total expenditure increases. Okay, so price falls, expenditure increases, or price rises, expenditure decreases. So both these arrows are going in the opposite direction. We are studying relationship between price and expenditure, okay, not price and demand. So price falls, expenditure increased, or price rise, expenditure decrease. Okay, what type of elasticity it is? Elasticity of demand is greater than 1. Okay, elasticity of demand is greater than 1 means it is relatively elastic demand. Okay, so with a given change in price of a commodity, outlay increases, elasticity of demand is greater than 1. Okay, it means when the price fall or rise, demand, the expenditure decreases, when the total expenditure increases, or price, when price falls, total expenditure increases, or when price rises, total expenditure decreases. That is what is relatively elastic demand. Now let us come to the example. Example is B. Okay, now over here the original price is 10, quantity demanded is 12, outlay expenditure, that is total outlay, is 120. 10 multiplied by 12, 120. Now over here the price has decreased. Okay, the price has decreased to 8. When the price is decreasing, what has happened? Outlay has increased. Okay, price decreased, outlay increased. So that type of elasticity is relatively elastic demand. So elasticity is more than 1. Okay, so when price decrease, expenditure increase. Okay, so that is relatively elastic demand. Now the third one, which is the C point. When price falls, expenditure decreases, or price rise, total expenditure increases. Demand is inelastic, or elasticity of demand is less than 1. Okay, so what is happening? When the price increase, expenditure is also increasing. When the price falls, expenditure is also falling. So over here both the arrows are moving in the same direction. Then such type of elasticity is relatively inelastic demand. Okay, so let us see the example given over here. This is the C point. Okay, the original price is 10, quantity demanded is 12. How much is the expenditure? 120. Okay, now what has happened? There is a fall in the price. The price is 8, but what is happening to the expenditure? The expenditure has also fallen. Okay, so price fall, expenditure has fallen. Price decrease, expenditure has decreased. Such type of elasticity is relatively inelastic demand. Okay, now let us see the explanation of these three which have been given over here. Now in example A, original price is rupees 10 per unit and demand is 12 units. Okay, original price is 10, demand is 12, therefore total expenditure incurred is 120. So 120 is the total expenditure incurred. Price falls to the level of 8 and demand rises to the level of 15. There is a fall in the price to 8 and the demand is rising by 15. Okay, total expenditure is still 120. Total expenditure remains the same. In this case, total outlay does not change even though there is change in the price. Therefore, demand is unitary elastic, which we have already seen. Okay, now the next example. Um, in example B, at price 10, 12 units are demanded. At price 10, 12 units are demanded. So total expenditure is 120. Price falls to rupees 8 per unit and demand rises to level of rupees 20. Price falls to 8, demand rises to 20. So expenditure is how much? 160. Therefore total expenditure incurred on commodity rises to 160. Total expenditure under this new condition, changes in price, is greater than the original expenditure. Okay, change in the expenditure is more than the change in the price. Hence this example, in this example, demand is elastic, or elasticity of demand is greater than 1. It means relatively elastic demand. Now the next example, in case of C, original total outlay is 120. This is the original total outlay, 120, and the change in the price is 8. per unit demand expands to the extent of 14. So what is happening to the expenditure? The expenditure is 112, okay, which is less than the original expenditure. Therefore, in this example, demand tends to be inelastic, or elasticity of demand is less than 1. Okay, I hope you people are clear with this type of elasticity. Now let us come to the new addition, point method or geometric method. Okay, point method or geometric method is a method which is developed by Alfred Marshall to measure the elasticity of demand. Okay, now in this method, the ratio method and total outlay method was unable to measure elasticity at a given point on the demand curve. डिमांड कर्व मध्ये तुम्ही कुठंही पॉइंट दिलं तर त्या पॉइंट पासून इलास्टिसिटी मेजर करणं रेशिओ मेथडमध्ये आणि टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर मेथडमध्ये पॉसिबल नव्हतं. सो अल्फ्रेड मार्शल केम आउट विथ अ न्यू मेथड which is called as point or geometric method of measuring elasticity of demand. Okay, now while drawing the curve, many students use scale. Okay, many students draw with a free hand. So according to that, you can calculate the elasticity of demand. Now over here he has given a formula to calculate point elasticity of demand. Okay, what is the formula? Point elasticity of demand, which is ED, is equal to lower segment of the demand curve below a given point. Okay, lower segment of the demand curve below means you will be drawing a demand curve, you will be giving a point to it, and the below part will be called as the lower segment of the demand curve below a given point, which will be called as L, and upper divided by upper segment of the demand curve above a given point, means above that point whatever it is, it will be U. Okay, now demand curve may be either linear or non-linear. Okay, linear means straight line. This is a linear demand curve. Okay, straight line demand curve where you are drawing the demand curve with the help of a scale. Okay, or it can be non-linear demand curve like this when you are drawing with free hand, then it will be a non-linear demand curve. Now let us see how to calculate elasticity of demand with the help of a linear demand curve. Okay, in case of a linear demand curve, what is happening when the demand curve is linear, that is a straight line, we extend the demand curve to meet y-axis at A and x-axis at B. Okay, means see, your demand curve will never touch here and here. Okay, it will be from here to here. So what you will do, you will be extending the line to meet the axis. तुमचा demand curve कधीही इथं टच होणार नाही. Okay, let us take from here. ह्या एक प्राइस 1 2 3 आणि 1 2 3 हे असेल. तर तुमचं डिमांड कर्व इथून इथपर्यंतच असतं, कधीही ॲक्सेसला टच होत नाही. पण तुम्हाला एक्सटेंड करायचं आहे लाईन, सो दॅट इट टचेस द ॲक्सेस हिअर ऑल्सो अँड हिअर ऑल्सो. Okay, it has been assumed. Okay, when the demand curve is a linear or straight line, we extend the demand curve to meet y-axis and x-axis. So y-axis at point A and x-axis at point B. Price elasticity of demand at x-axis is 0. X-axis वरती हा जो point आहे, तर the elasticity of demand is 0. It means whatever be the change in the price, when the demand does not change, the demand remains the same, it is called as perfectly inelastic demand. तो हा point आहे. So that is why it is equal to 0. Okay, now this point A is the point where what with a slight change in price, the change in the demand is infinite. असा जो आपण curve types of elasticity मध्ये शिकलो होतं, that is what is perfectly elastic demand, right? Like this we had drawn. Okay, so that is perfectly elastic demand. So at this point it will be perfectly elastic demand, so ED is equal to infinity. So you have plotted two elasticities, two types of elasticity. One is perfectly elastic demand and the other one is perfectly inelastic demand over here and over here. Axis वरती तो दोन्ही points गेलेले आहेत. Okay, now the next type of elasticity we will study, it is we will study unitary elastic demand. Now see, the middle point over here, if you put a 45-degree angle, you will get that angle will be unitary elastic demand, where percentage change in quantity demanded is equal to percentage change in price. इथं तुम्ही पॉइंट टाकलं तर हा जो लाईन आहे तो एक्झॅक्टली हाफमध्ये डिवाइड झालेला आहे. खालचा पार्ट जो आहे दॅट इज द लोअर सेगमेंट आणि वरचा पार्ट जो आहे तो आहे अप्पर सेगमेंट. पण लोअर सेगमेंट आणि अप्पर सेगमेंट इक्वल आहे, सो इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड इज इक्वल टू 1. Okay, let us see the explanation which has been given before continuing. Let us assume that AB is the demand curve and length is 8 centimeter. Okay, A and B is the demand curve and 8 is a centimeter. Point elasticity of various points on the demand curve can be measured as follows. Okay, at various points, how will you measure the elasticity? We will study now. The first point, at point P. Okay, so this is the point P. This is point P. No, this is point P. Okay, sorry. At point P, the elasticity is measured as PB divided by PA. Okay, so this is 4 centimeter divided by 4 centimeter, which comes to 1. Thus, at point P, demand is unitary elastic, so ED is equal to 1. Okay, at point P1, P1 is over here. Okay, in my textbook. Okay, P1, P2. Okay, so P1, what is happening? The elasticity over here, if you are giving the point, what is happening? This is P1 to B is the lower segment and P1 to A is the upper segment. Okay, so P1B is the lower segment, which will be 2 centimeters, and P1A will be the upper segment, which is 6 centimeters. This is what is given in the formula. Okay, lower segment of the demand curve below the given point divided by upper segment of the demand curve above the given point. So you are giving the point over here. So P1B is becoming the lower segment and P1A is becoming the upper segment. So P1A P1B is equal to 2 and P1A is equal to 6. So it means 0.33 you are getting the answer. So this is a case of relatively inelastic demand. Okay, so in this case, what is happening at a point related at point P1, demand is relatively inelastic, ED is smaller than 1. Now at point P2, okay, now let us come to point P2. Over here, point P2 is there. If you are giving a point over here, the lower segment will be P2B and the upper segment will be P2A. Okay, so P2 P2 is equal to P2B divided by P2A, that is 6 centimeters divided by 2 centimeters, which is 3. Thus at point P2, demand is relatively elastic, so ED will be greater than 1. Okay, now at point A, the point elasticity is infinite because upper segment is 0. Perfectly elastic demand point A, which we have seen here. Okay, and point B. Okay, point B, what is happening? The point elasticity is 0 because lower segment is 0. So perfectly inelastic demand, ED is equal to 0. Okay, now this is how you will be calculating elasticity of demand in case of linear demand curve. Now let us see in case of non-linear demand curve. Okay, non-linear means when a curve is given. Now, when the demand curve is non-linear, that is convex to origin, to measure price elasticity of demand, we have to draw a tangent. AB touching the point on the demand curve and extend to meet y-axis at point A and x-axis at point B. ओके, सो व्हॉट दिस इज द कर्व. हा कर्व जेव्हा असेल तेव्हा तुम्हाला काय करायचं आहे, यू हॅव टू ड्रॉ अ टँजंट. नाव टँजंट म्हणजे काय? अ टँजंट इज अ लाईन विच टचेस द सर्कल फ्रॉम आउटसाइड. ओके, सो दिस इज अ कर्व विच इज देअर. ह्याला टँजंट म्हणजे टच करून जाणारा एक लाईन तुम्ही ड्रॉ केलेला आहे. नाव दॅट लाईन इज टू बी एक्सटेंडेड टू मीट द एक्स ॲक्सिस अँड वाय ॲक्सिस. वाय ॲक्सिसवरती पॉईंट ए आणि एक्स ॲक्सिसवरती पॉईंट बी. Now this is the point where it has touched. So here you will be giving the point E and you will be calculating the elasticity of demand. So ED is equal to lower segment of the tangent below a given point divided by upper segment of the tangent above the given point. So in this case, what is happening? If EB is equal to EA, EB is equal to EA, equal, then it will be unitary elastic demand. If EB is greater than EA, okay, EB जो आहे तो मोठा आहे EA पेक्षा, then it will be relatively elastic demand. And if EB is smaller than EA, okay, then it will be relatively inelastic demand. So here we finish off with the types of elasticity. I hope you people are clear. In case if you're having any difficulty, you can ask. Thank you.